So it's nearly September, there's that back to school feeling in the air, and perhaps you are thinking of recommitting to your alcohol-free goals and giving sobriety another shot. So this seems like a good time to talk about some of the mindset mistakes that can make quitting drinking much harder than it needs to be. Now, what I'm going to talk about are all mistakes that I have made in the past, so I know what a difference it makes when you just stop doing this stuff. So let's jump right into it with the first mindset mistake, and that is making a big deal out of not wanting to quit drinking. So when you're working on something challenging that is pushing you out of your comfort zone, there are going to be times when you don't want to do it. It's just like anything in life. It is normal to feel resistant to things at times. The only problem happens when we make not wanting to do something mean something. So I used to think, well, if I don't want to quit, perhaps it's a sign that I shouldn't, or that this isn't the right time. Or maybe I should wait until I feel more motivated or inspired. I'll just wait until I'm in the right mindset. I'll wait until the day comes when I suddenly feel really ready. But guess what? We don't do that in other areas of life so much. When it comes to other stuff, we do things that we don't want to do all the time. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I wanted to have a lie-in and carry on sleeping. But I got up because there are things that I want to do and get done. I didn't want to do last night's washing up, but I still did it. You might have kids who don't want to go back to school right now, but you're not saying to them, oh, well, if you don't want to, we can just wait until you feel like going in. You're not going to say that. You just don't. So sometimes we've got to parent ourselves in the same way and remember that not wanting to do something isn't that big of a deal. It's not enough to stop us in our tracks. The second mindset mistake is slashing your metaphorical car tires. So here's what I mean by this. If you get a flat tire on your car, it is annoying. You've got to sort it out, get to a garage. It's literally going to hold you up on your journey to wherever you're meant to be going. But that's all it is. It's a temporary setback. What you don't do is say, well, everything's ruined now. I may as well slash my other 3 tires so that I am completely and totally screwed all around the car. In for a penny, in for a pound. We don't do that because it doesn't make sense. However, when it comes to sobriety, we say that all the time. One mistake or one drink leads to 4 drinks because you tell yourself that you've ruined it now, so what's the point? So rather than looking at what happened and then learning from it, one bad day turns into a run of 4 or 5 or 6 bad days. If you slip up or struggle with something, really watch out for that line of thinking. Don't abandon your sober car in a ditch because it's got 1 flat tire and the windscreen wipers have stopped working. The quicker you get back on the road, the quicker you'll get to where you want to go. The third mindset mistake I want to highlight here is asking pointless questions. So this is a bad habit that many of us have, including me at times. Here are some examples of pointless questions. Why is everything so hard for me? Why can't I get anything right? Why can't I quit drinking? Why am I such a terrible fuck up? These are awful, pointless questions because you can't possibly answer them in a way that helps you move forward. All you do is put your brain to work on finding things that are going to make you feel bad. You're literally asking your brain to take a look around for all the reasons why you are inept and broken and not good enough. And then you start doing some meaning making and making up untrue, unhelpful stories about yourself, and you kind of give yourself permission to stay in the stuck place. So don't answer those pointless questions, okay? There's just nothing to be gained from them. All you need to do is notice when your brain throws them up at you, then put them to one side and go and ask a better question. So rather than asking, why can't I quit drinking? I'll never get anything right. A better question would be, all right, I've noticed I'm finding this hard right now. What help could I get to make this easier? Or if I look at what's happened, what's one thing that I'm willing to do differently next time? Or what's one small change I could make just as an experiment? Those are all solve questions. So it doesn't mean there's an easy answer to them, but you are problem solving and you are steering your brain in a useful direction that's going to bring you gains in the long run. So those were the 3 mindset mistakes that I wanted to flag up today. Don't make a big deal out of not wanting to quit drinking. Don't slash your car tires, and don't ask pointless why questions. You probably can't stop doing this stuff overnight, but you sure as hell can become aware of it. That's the very first step, noticing the rubbish that is running through your mind. So I'm Kate B. I hope this stuff helps you go into September on a high and gets you having an amazing alcohol-free month ahead.